and welcome to my channel. My name is Barb. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we're going to talk paper clutter. Now, I used to be a paper hoarder. Oh my goodness. If that is you, I get you, and I'm going to give you some help today. Did you know back in 1999, the average person received more information than somebody back in 1900 did in their entire lifetime? Now, as you know, information comes in many forms. It can come on the radio, the TV, the internet. But today we're going to focus on the information that comes in paper form, okay? So much paper comes into our home. We've got to create systems for it to go out. And we've got to create systems that we can quickly use and discern what's important and what is not. And that's what I'm going to help you with today. Okay, so I have another challenge for you this week, and it's going to be a 23-minute challenge for 2023. So we're going to do this one a little differently, though. The first 5 days of the week, we are purging paper. Okay, so you're going to need your black trash bags, possibly a shredder if you have important personal information you need to shred. But we're going to purge as quickly as we can. Old newspapers, magazines, catalogs, junk mail, anything that you no longer need is going to be purged. As you're doing that, you might come across some important things. Say you're not in the habit of filing your paper, you might come across Social Security cards. You'll put them in here. The wedding invitation that's coming up, you'll put that in here. Any important paperwork, your utility bills, and we're going to deal with that the last 2 days of the challenge. That's what you'll be doing. You'll be filing and creating a home for all of the important papers that you have found. Now, I have created a system for all of our paper, and this was how I was able to break my paper hoarding habit. All of our paper has a home, and if it doesn't have a home, it doesn't belong in our home, and I know to let it go, okay? So these Amazon file packets, they're magnetic and they go on the fridge. These have been a game changer for me because I used to fill my countertops with paper, so my large things go in this one. I've got my weekly checklist, my calendar where we write all our things down, also our church directory. I send out a lot of cards, and so I would like to have that handy so I can easily get all the addresses. So that type of things, or if I get a catalog in the mail I want to look at, that would go in there as well. Now this holder is more of my to-do file. This one, I will put if I get an invitation to a graduation, a wedding, a shower, whatever, I know that I have to purchase a gift, and I also want to have it handy so that I can remember any other special instructions. So I always put the invitations in here, as well as anything that I have to sign and send back to somebody, that will go in here as well. Now these right here, we have several birthdays coming up in our families, so I went out and purchased cards this week, and I put them right here because I know I have to send them out soon. So it's kind of my reminder, my to-do that, hey, this is what you have to do. Also, right here, I have my click list coupons. So for Kroger, so when I'm sitting over here on the computer and I can quickly grab my coupons when I'm doing my click list. Another thing is I like to, when I fill out my meal plan each week, I like to grab the recipes that I need for the upcoming week and just clip them together and put them in here as well. As you see, this is a multifunctional bin, but wow, does it help me because it keeps all my clutter together, and it's my busy to-do clutter that goes in here, and it really helps me stay focused. I know where things are. I'm not hunting for them. This has been a game changer for me. The next thing I want to show you is our financial binder. If you do not have one place in your home where you keep all of your financial papers that you deal with on a weekly basis, I highly suggest you try this. I'm showing you things that are tried and true, that have worked for my ADD personality, they're simple, but they keep me focused. I know where things go. They're easy to put in and out. So I hope it helps you the way it's helped me. So first things first, in the very front pocket, we keep a financial info paper for our kids. What is that? God forbid you pass suddenly and your children have to come in and take care of all of your financial responsibilities. Of course, we've talked to them multiple times about it, but in their grief, they might not be able to recall all of the things that we told them. So we created a paper for it, okay? What did we put on it? We put our banking information. What banks do we use? What accounts do we have in the banks? Mortgage information or landlord information if you're renting. Do you have any loans out? Do you have have any car loans or any other kind of loans they need to know about. Your 401ks, your retirement, your pensions, all of that they need to know. Your life insurance, they need to know where that is. So any pertinent financial information that will help your children in a really terrible time, make it just a little bit easier for them, and it's at a glance. It's on one piece of paper. That's just a gift you give to them. So we do that for our kids. I also put my stamps in here because, as I said, I like to send out cards, and also when we send out our bills, the stamps are right there, easy to get to. We know where they are. Now, another thing I would like to say, Glenn refuses to go paperless. He refuses to pay bills online. So I can't do anything about that. I have to work with what I have. So, and I know some of you are in the same situation. So this system I set up is working with paper because that's what I have to work with. Our most recent bills go right here. Our monthly budget that we work off of each time we get paid, our monthly budget. We always have the most recent copy in there. Our debit receipts and our credit card receipts. We keep those, and each month we check the statement and we purge them. Also, we have a credit card statement. I do want to say Glenn and I are committed to living debt-free. There is just something wonderful about not owing anybody anything, and it reduces your stress level considerably. We do have a credit card that we use, and we put a lot of our regular spending on it, and then we just pay it off at the end of the month. And the reason we do this is they keep paying us $25. So we never pay interest on our credit card, but our credit card company keeps sending us $25. We budget our money each week. We're not spending any extra, and we pay it off each month, like I said. So for us, it's just another form of passive income. Now, another thing is medical bills. Now, over here where we put our bills, those are all of our bills, but any medical bills that need to be paid have their own folder, okay? Our pay stubs go here. Now, most people don't have pay stubs, but my husband, when he works overtime, he does get pay stubs, so we do need to keep track of those. And then also unemployment, you'll want to file for that. If you're a seasonal worker, you can put your unemployment papers in your unemployment book in there. That way you always know where they are. Obviously, you're going to set your financial book up for whatever your lifestyle is and whatever you need and use, and it's quite likely going to be different than ours. But this is just an idea to get you started on that journey. And I hope it helps you as much as it's helped me. I want to do a quick simulation to kind of show you what we do when we get the mail. When we get the mail, we deal with it right away. And this is what we do. So this is for dish. Well, we don't even have a dish. So this goes in the trash. And next is Kroger coupons, which, like I said before, the only ones I actually keep. So I'm going to throw away the paper, but I'm going to keep this and put it in my to-do box. This is Capital One. We don't even have an account with them. That's trash. This is from the University of Georgia. Why are they sending me a forestry catalog? I have no idea. Trash. Now, this is from the Wounded Warrior Project. Now, many people send us, as they do you, solicitations for money. Some we give to. Many we don't. But this is one I haven't given to in a long time, and I really like to help these guys out. So I'm going to put this over here in my to-do box to remind me to send them a check. This is Edelman Financial Engines. That is where we have our investments. So I'm also going to put this in the same box so that we can go over this together later. And this is from the market in the next town over, and I'm going to want to read it and check out the sales. So I will put this in the large magnetic folder on the fridge, as well as this catalog. I also want to look through it. So I'm going to put both of these in the large magnetic folder on the fridge. Oh, and I would like to say, if you get magazines in the mail, it's really good to have a bin like this. It doesn't have to be this tall. This is just what I had to use for an example, but keep all of your magazines in the bin, and you never want to let any of your containers get more than 80% full. So when this starts filling up, you're going to want to use your 1 in, 1 out rule with this so that you're able to control the paper flow. Folks, if you're enjoying this video, please click the like and subscribe button below. That really helps my channel. Now, another statistic you may not be aware of, 80% of the paper that we keep, we never reference or use again. Think about that, because I'm going to have you do a major purge on your paper. 80% of the paper that we keep, we never reference or use again. And that's where you're going to get the strength to let your paper go. We're just storing clutter, and we need to make room for living in our homes. We're going to let the clutter go. If you do not have somewhere that you keep your most important documents, I'm really going to suggest that you think about this. in our country, we have lots of natural disasters, and it seems like they're coming more frequently. So this is what we call a go file. It simply zips. All your important papers are in it. It zips up, whether you keep it in your safe, in the top of your closet, I don't know. You keep it somewhere where you are going to remember where it's at. And if you have to evacuate for any reason, you grab it and you go. So what goes in it? Anything you want. Now this is where you're planning ahead of time. Your social security cards, your birth certificates, your mortgage papers, your banking information that has all of your account numbers and passwords and things you need, a list of just your passwords. This is a great place to file an extra copy of that, something to keep in mind. And I got this at Walmart. It wasn't expensive. I think it was like $8 or $9. And the value of this, I cannot stress enough. When a natural disaster or something like it is hidden, your adrenaline floods your brain and you cannot think clearly. But if you know that you've prepared everything in advance and it's a grab and go, and hopefully you take your loved ones and your pets with you. We're just going to assume you do that as well. This can save you so much stress rebuilding your life after the fact. So I really hope you'll think about this one. Now, because my husband does not do things electronically, there is one other file we have that's a long-term file. And that can just be a small portable box. It could be a small filing cabinet, just whatever you want to use for it. But there are a few things that we keep, and that would be a file for manuals and warranties. And whenever you have a warranty, be sure to attach the receipt for the item that the warranty is for. And those warranties and manuals are things that he goes through on a once-a-year basis just to purge out anything that we no longer need. Also taxes, because we keep 7 years of taxes in case you're audited, as well as we have a file for our cars and our car information. And if you have pets, you would also want to file for your pets. Another one we have is for medical. We have a really high deductible, so my husband keeps track of all the EOBs. He keeps them all year, and at the end of the year, when he's done, he purges them and starts over. But he does have a file just for EOBs. So there you have it. That is a complete paper filing system. We have the magnetic file pockets that are on the fridge. We have our financial binder. We have an emergency grab and go file. We also have our long-term filing that we keep in a drawer that we don't get into very often, but we have it in case we need it. And friends, remember when you do these challenges, the goal is progress, not perfection. So you may not have all of your paper tackled by the end of the week, but that's okay. It may not be done, but it will definitely be better. And now you have the tools so that you can repeat the process until your transformation is complete. Remember, we love hearing about your progress. So be sure to post your comments and videos in the comment section below so that we can share in your journey as well. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.